This video is based on some of the questions that have been happening in the channel related to relaxation and what we can bring into our drawing technique. This particular question was about what tools that you can use to help you relax. And it's kind of an art supply question and kind of not in a way. It's not really about what's good, but about what tools allow you to relax. And my thought on it, my immediate thought was basically just pen and marker. That's the most logical thing to me because it takes very little pressure with certain types of pens and markers to make big, bold marks. And this is something that you want to go towards if you're more confident in your drawing technique and don't need to make a lot of adjustments. And this particular video covers like single tool drawing. Like if you want to just go directly to the drawing that you want, this is what to do. If you want to have a process where you create a sketch first and then do an overlay with the finished drawing or finished pen, then that's going to be covered in a different video, and we'll get to that soon.
Here I'm working with the Pentel Sign Pen, which is a really bold pen. I find this one really useful for like preliminary sketches and certain types of finishing line. I don't sketch with this one very often when I'm doing very finished work or things that I intend to really work with, but it's a great one for doing thumbnails and sort of initial design sketches. This one is a Copic dark gray marker. It's about 80% gray, so it's not full black. And when I sketch with Copics, I usually use the pointy part of the chisel end, and sometimes I'll tilt and turn to get broad areas. But most of the time, I just use it with the pointy end. I don't often use the brush end when I'm sketching out because it's not that precise. Some people use it and love it. I just don't. So try out both sides and see what you like and see what comes out, because you do have multiple options, and it may be possible to actually put different nibs entirely in there. I haven't really tried it, but it's something just to keep in mind. Takes very little pressure to make that work. This one is my go-to pen that I sketch with most of the time. It's the Pentel Tradio Stylo pen. It has a really funky nib on it. It's a little bit different than other pens. It's kind of this wedge triangular shape, so it's sort of like a fountain pen, and it has this interesting ability to create very precise lines and very wide lines depending on how much pressure that you put on the pen. Now, when I say pressure, I don't mean tension. There are ways to increase the pen pressure without introducing a lot of hand tension, and we'll talk about that at a different point. But one of the things that's interesting about this one is that you can kind of do sketchier lines with it moving quickly. The line breaks up a little bit, which some people may not like that. I like it okay because it does allow for a sketch phase and then a final phase. So the initial lines that you put down can be adjusted fairly readily with this particular pen. And it can also just be used as a finishing sort of thing. I've done several drawings that are done completely with this on an A4 page, and while it does take a little bit of time to build up the texture and value with it, it is totally possible to draw just with this thing. Other advantage to this is that it's refillable. I'm big into refillable materials. In fact, I should probably do another little series on just refillable and reusable art materials so that you're not throwing a lot of stuff away. But I really enjoy this one because it doesn't take much pressure. It is a felt tip pen. It has a greater degree of precision than either the Sign Pen or the Copic. The trade-off is that with that degree of precision, you are making more marks, and it does take a little bit more time to build up a drawing. So just keep that in mind when you're looking for single things to create big, bold lines without a lot of pressure.
All right, thanks for watching this all the way to the end. I do appreciate it. We've got more coming up for the channel. We've got courses getting released soon, and be sure and check out the other videos that are kind of related to this topic. We've got a lot on how to relax within your drawing technique and the tools that you could potentially use to do that. If you have questions, concerns, comments, please let me know. I want to hear from you. If you have suggestions, I want to hear those too. And we will continue on in the next video.